No way will I get invited. I'm already deep inside it. I can't shake it, I can't hide it. I am the outsider. No reason to get excited. We don't have to be so divided. I can't shake it, I can't hide it.
Hey, everybody, how's it going? Welcome to Swansonville. It is us. I am Joe.
And I'm Angie.
And we are the Swansons.
How's everyone doing? Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you, guys.
Welcome to Swansonville Podcast.
As Swansonville episode 13, number 13, Angie, we have reached, and that should be our season finale. We're going to start up, retool for season 2. Stay tuned for that. But do we have a show for them today on episode 13?
Lots to cover.
We have been all over the globe, Angie, you and I.
That's right. The Swansons, as you know, we are an independent alternative country rock duo.
Pop rock
that we go around. We play a lot in Southern California. We play all over. But where did we start our journey? Because we have a lot to cover.
Well, the thing is like I've been professing that at the very least we're Southern Californians, right? Only, the one and only, you and I, perhaps in the whole country, the only husband and wife, right?
Alternative rock.
Alternative country pop rock duo, right?
Yep, and then so we started our journey here in Southern California.
Okay, don't try to rush along too fast. I know we got a lot of ground to cover, you know, but. And we did. We started our journey here in our hometown
of Rancho Cucamonga. And this was a special one because we got to do a full concert.
Yes.
Which normally we do not get the opportunity.
We rarely have gotten that opportunity.
We play opening acts for national acts on theater stages, or sometimes we get to do showcases in Hollywood, which, as many of you musicians may know, that a showcase is a 30-minute set.
That's a lot. That's a lot of what goes on in Los Angeles, and that's a lot of fun. You know, we get to.
Or if you're opening for
we open for nationals. Generally, that's what we're
minutes.
doing when we're doing these 30-minute sets. We're a warm-up act for an already highly recognized national act, which we'll talk about some of that stuff. But let's
talk about Rancho.
That's what I'm saying. We took a chance. We met a great guy, Joey, who owns this great venue in Rancho Cucamonga. Where we currently reside. And
it's called The Diplomat.
It's called The Diplomat, and it's quite a place, right? Very, very fancy little joint. And they have a stage in there. We went in and spoke with Joey and performed there several weeks ago and had just a great, great time, right?
Basically, this is like our ideal show, is to be able to play as many songs as we need to play, and as long as we can to entertain the group. And mind you, we're playing all original music. We're not playing cover songs.
Right.
So that's what's very...
So this gentleman was kind enough to allow us to come into his establishment with all original music, right? Which is a rarity. Normally, if you're doing that, you're showcasing, you're opening for national acts. We had the whole night to ourselves, and we're able to play songs from not only Country This, which we played almost that entire album.
record, right. And then we got to play some new songs.
Right, some new songs from our upcoming album. Bam! You don't want to miss that.
That's right. So it was a success. High five.
Thank you.
And then we went right from that show onto an airplane off to Illinois, which is where I'm from.
Right. We went to Illinois.
And we had set up a gig for ourselves in Joliet, Illinois, which is where I was actually born, but just went to college in Joliet. I actually grew up in another town nearby. But I guess you can call Joliet a hometown to me, and we had all our friends and family there.
It was a great show. We had the opportunity to have a show waiting for us at Long Shots.
Yeah, Long Shots in Joliet, Illinois.
And that's a really, really nice club, and we were very impressed with the whole setup. We went in there blindly, not knowing what to expect, and it was much more than we could have ever anticipated. We also met some great people. I got introduced to a sound man through my friend C.J. Zuter, right, who gave this reference to me, and it was Blake, right? I can't remember his last name. Andrew.
His name was Andrew.
Andrew Blake. Mm-hmm. Okay. And so he ran the sound. He ran the sound.
Sound
for us.
and lighting, and then it was a little bit different here. The Joliet show, we just performed, just you and I.
Yes.
with our video screen. So
Yeah,
that's
so-
something that we have started doing, and it's something you got to try new stuff.
It's something
you know?
we've been gearing up to do.
Right.
We've invested a lot of time and energy into this this video portion of our program, of our show.
So the video kind of takes the place of the band. So you're not visually seeing a band play, you're hearing the band, but you're seeing us sing to you, and then you're also getting this video from another place that's synced up with word for word.
Right.
and
It's
stuff.
really something else. It's
Yeah, and it
it's
was-
something that nobody else is doing, and I'm not bragging about that. I'm simply saying that this is something that you and I have invented,
Designed.
right?
Yeah,
and,
we designed it.
and we have, in doing so, we've grown it from the infantile stages where we were just shooting videos around the house here, and working alongside a masterful videographer, Vic
Vic.
Mendoza, who is the
Raise the roof for
we are
Vic.
we're like a tripod. The three of us, we're the foundation of Team Swansons here.
That's
And
right.
so,
I know. We wouldn't be able to operate and do all the fun things and create our show the way you have the vision of the video. You know, you had the vision and that idea. You've had that for a long time. It's not something you thought of for the Swansons. It's something that you, as a creative person and a performer, you designed before you met me. Even you're doing it with the Joe Finley band.
yes, I had begun doing it
And
then.
that was mind blowing back then, you know. And
Yeah.
great job.
Thank
and
you.
great idea.
Thank you. But what we're doing now has
we're doing
elevated that idea to a place where, even in my mind, I could not have seen what a great job collectively we would have done, and what Vic does time and time
Right,
again.
and
with
it
the
got
editing
and it got better too as
the
we
shooting.
we started. The initial idea was, you know, we did some other videos, and then we had to update those. You know, those went out of date real quick. Then we did what we did last year. I feel like with the videos and every video since. When you say Vic too, every time we kept upping our game, and it kept getting more creative. So, because each video is so different, and that's what you want. You want an experience with each song, and I think that's what we're going to talk about too in season 2 coming up next podcast. When we bring out season 2, we're going to be going over this, not only the songs but the videos.
That's right.
The videos, and we can view it and have a viewing party with you guys, and we can talk about, like, you know, because it's such a journey. It's such an adventure. When we go out on those shoots with Vic, it's like such an adventure, and we really don't have a plan. All we know is, like, we
normally know where we're going.
But we're just, and we've
And you have to
gotten
come
so
see us play.
lucky.
You have to come see us perform live to really appreciate what we're talking about here.
Right.
This is really, it adds another dimension to the show that's very appealing to the senses, and I think you guys will leave our show feeling
Satisfied, yeah.
You know, so
But we
so
do the video no matter what. Even if we have full band, we do the video.
we do the
And
video,
if we just
but
have
we've
me
been
and you,
trying
we
to
do-
get this to where you and I could go out self-sufficiently,
Right.
right? We have now our own sound system and
Exactly.
everything, the whole setup. And the tracks that we're flying in are from the musicians that play on the records in Nashville, right? Jim Riley, Brent Mason, Janae Fleener, Stephen King, Mike.
Yeah, you're hearing
so on and
the
so forth.
tracks. You're hearing the
the
exact-
actual tracks that are on the records, right? So that's a great thing. And then we don't have to spend so much time in mixing and preparing in these shows that we're doing right now. We can set up our system, run the tracks, we're performing live. It syncs in with the videos. It's really quite fascinating, and I'm very happy with where we've gotten with this thing. So, and that being said, we had a great show, a sold-out show at the Diplomat, and they have asked us to come back twice. So we have 2 dates on our future calendar
Yep, that's
to
right.
be
So
performing
we're
there
going
again.
back, right.
So
They
that
wanna
was
have us
very
back, and that's the
successful.
goal.
That's the goal.
When we go to these places is not just to have that one time to, you know, hope that they ask us back, or to get the next opportunity. That's kind of how we've been rolling along all these years.
So we landed in Illinois, and we
yeah.
brought that very show with the same concept, right? And you know, we were a little bit nervous because we have experienced, we have been spoiled with such great musicians, right, that perform with us time and time again, right? So to go out there with just you and I, it's a whole different feeling, right? A whole different vibe. And we didn't want to feel, we felt a little bit insecure. You feel a little bit, a little bit naked out there. It's like, okay, now it's just us. But it's what we're trying to achieve. I think we're doing that, right? So we brought it to Illinois, and we set up the screen. It was just you and I, and it was one of the very few times that we have done it that way. And fortunately, there were family members and friends there. However, everybody there was
enjoying the music.
Yeah. We had a really, really a great response and a great night engaging with that audience in Illinois, right? So that was a blast, and we wanted to stay there longer and play there forever, but we couldn't do that because we had a show coming up in Las Vegas just a few days later, right after that show.
That's right. We had to get back. We had one day to get our stuff together, and then
we had one day to get our stuff together, and then we were interrupted by a snowstorm, like a real live spring snowstorm
in April
that was delaying our flight back to California, where we needed to get our equipment to load up to drive to Las Vegas, to Nevada. Is it Nevada? Nevada? Tomato? Whatever it is. What is it?
Don't ask me. I have an accent.
Yeah, anyway.
We had planned it out that we were going to do 4 parts. Like, before we even posted it, we were going to do...
It was going to be a series.
Like, 4 videos.
And that's what we did.
And the last one was going to be a gender reveal party. And at the gender reveal party, we were popping a balloon, and it came out with a blue piece of paper, and then the pink stuff.
Well,
it
the
was a
pink
girl.
stuff, and then the
and
blue
then
piece
the
of
blue
paper.
piece of paper said, "You've been pranked."
On we go, happily to Las Vegas, knowing that on the other end of that journey will be our band, our Nashville band, awaiting our arrival for a performance at the Hard Rock Hotel, and where we would be receiving a very prestigious award that we were so grateful to have been acknowledged for.
That's right. It's called the Mike Curb Outstanding Country Artist Award, and it's the first of its kind. And we were the first recipients of it, so we're happy.
So it was the inaugural, right? Is that what they call it? The inaugural? Is that the first time? So, but it was the very first time that
Mike Curb
has lent
this
his name to an award. The Producer's Choice recommended that we be the very first recipients, and that kind of coincides with the fact that we gave Mike Curb a Lifetime Achievement Award in Las Vegas last year. Well deserved. So Mike is an outstanding, well-known man in this industry, and we are very, very proud to have been acknowledged in this category, and then to have his name on the award is quite astounding. And thank you to the Producer's Choice, and thank you to Al Bowman, and thank you to you, Mike Curb, for allowing us to receive that particular award. That's really, really something. So we performed at the ceremony for a half an hour. We got a 30-minute set to open the ceremony, right? So how was that for you?
It was great. Yes, really good. Really cool experience, because you don't get opportunities like that. But what I realize is that such a difference between a stage that you're comfortable with, and then when you get to that bigger stages, I do get more nervous, and I don't know. I feel like we did good, and everyone said we did good, but I felt like I could have done better, and I always feel like that. I was not fully satisfied with my personal performance.
For me, personally, it was the absolute highlight of my career in music, and I couldn't have felt any better. I couldn't have left the stage feeling any better, not only about myself, but about you
It's
and
unbelievable,
everybody else.
really.
I don't know why you feel that way about yourself. It's unfortunate, but hopefully you can continue to grow in a way of confidence, and that you don't, treat that like, as a,
I just want to make sure that you just can't let the nerves get the best of you.
I don't think they did. I think it was a great show. I'm sure Vic can show our audience a couple clips from that fantastic
it probably
performance.
was great
When you're
in my
performing
head.
with Brent Mason, right? He's a Grammy Award-winning guitar player, and I know I repeatedly say this, but I am every day just absolutely shocked that he is the guitar player not only on our records, but that we perform with live at these various events. So Brent Mason being on stage with us, along with Janae Fleener, who was just...
I know, there's nothing like hearing the exact record, the exact sounds, the exact...
They wrote the parts. They wrote the parts, yeah.
So it's like...
And then Jim Riley, of Rascal Flatts. So we don't have the opportunity to perform with Jim that frequently because he's a very busy musician.
He's so enjoyable to be around. He's
great
so
to be
enjoyable to work with. All these musicians, and I feel like they feel the same about us because we're all just easy to work with, and everyone's real friendly.
And Bill.
Bill's super friendly,
Bill Watson,
super nice. He's the reason why we are together with these fantastic
and on
musicians.
stage, he's very electric.
He is. He has a lot of energy, and that's what we have, and it adds to it. So
we're hoping to see them in Nashville soon and play another show with them.
You ready to go to Nashville again, Dick?
Ready to go?
You ready to go?
We
got business.
We got business to do in Nashville. That's coming up soon. We've been invited back to Las Vegas already to perform in November, and so we're contemplating all these things for our very, very busy schedule. I was
gonna say there's so much more to even cover and go over, and that's what we're excited for you guys to really tune into season 2 and catch on and maybe binge watch season 1, and then season 2 we're gonna be bringing some more exciting stuff. We're going to be talking more about the music and your songwriting.
We're going to get more detailed and more specific about the Swansons music, how it's created,
why each song, and where did it come from in the video,
the meaning behind it, what the concept behind the video.
I'm looking forward to like a viewing party, because what would be cool is if we could watch the video with you guys, and then we can like talk about the video.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
What do y'all think about that? We go live for at least a portion of this. We've been, doing this on a delay and doing some editing and whatnot, and we may or may not stay along that format, but we'd like to at least try at least one time to go live and have everybody participate in the moment, and kind of go through the stuff and have the audience engage with us and get your opinions and your feedback.
Yeah, and also like if you tag on to any of our social media sites, which Welcome to Swansonville is connected with our Swansons Music, which on Facebook is at The Swansons Music, Instagram is at The Swansons Music, and our Twitters are Swansons Joe and Swansons Angie. If you're watching and you're liking what you're seeing, maybe you have a question, we're going to be doing some Q&A, and if we ever put anything out there and you want to respond, we'll have it on the podcast.
That's right, and anything pertaining to the Swansons, regardless of what social media platform you're viewing us or listening to us on, we're very responsive, and we're very excited to engage with you. Also, feel free to pop in a question, anything you want to know. But this podcast, season 2, we're really, really going to dive into the whole Swansons thing and the whole experience, and take you through the videos and the writing of the songs and kind of how the whole thing works, and the behind the scenes, of course, which is always interesting to see.
We're going to get into Joe Finley's mind. That's what we're going to get into.
We're going to get into the mind.
We're going to get
Joe
into
Finley.
the mind of a songwriter, and just kind of, the inner workings of your creativity and stuff like that.
I'm looking forward to that. I would love to talk about that process and show the people the madness and draw closer to our audience. Basically, that's what we want to do. Not just have you hear our songs, but we'd like to be a part of your lives in some small way through our little podcast here. And so that's why it's important that you guys engage with us.
Right.
And so we'll try the live thing. We'll try some other things, and we'll get your opinions and your feedback, and we'll continue to improve our podcast. And so far, we're just having a blast, and we're just so thankful to be able to be doing this for y'all. Thank you for if it wasn't for you participating and listening, then we wouldn't be able to do this. So thank you, and thank you all of the Swansons fans for supporting our music. That being said, so we did the Las Vegas thing.
I was gonna say, let's play some music.
Come on, Ange. Woo, yeah.
about our special guest that we're gonna have today?
Today is again, it's our grand
Our
finale,
final.
right? This is it. It's a big show.
Welcome to Swansonville, episode 13.
Episode 13.
Final.
And so we have
Finale.
our guest today is, and this is the way. Hopefully, we got a little bit of lipstick right there. We got a little lipstick mustache going on today. Don't we get it like you get mine like that, huh? You get your little mama smudge. There you go. All right. Every once in a great while you have an internet sensation. Something just blows up on social media, and a lot of times it's simply because the people involved are just that appealing, to their audience with whatever they're doing. There's something about them, right? That the X factor, that the audience at large, the World Wide Web.
That's right. Yeah.
Which we
and
all have
the
access to.
YouTubers out there.
So this is
the world and the world we live in, and basically the internet has opened up this ability for people to reach millions of people without a Netflix deal or a cable TV network show.
Right. So a lot of artists and a lot of people and a lot of people
being creative
are being
doing
creative.
their
They
thing
have the
online.
ability to do something
Right.
creative that they normally wouldn't have the opportunity to do, thanks to the internet and social media platforms, right?
Right.
And there's a lot of stuff out there that's I mean,
There's things
it's not
that-
so entertaining, but still, nevertheless, people get to express themselves, right? This particular guest, a couple of guests that we have today,
That's
right?
right, yeah.
They have cracked the code. They have cracked the code. They are YouTube sensations, and they
in
literally
addition-
have millions of followers and viewers and
Subscribers
multiple
and viewers,
videos. And
And
we
we're
can't.
happy to have them and to learn more about who they are.
Well,
and
so I was gonna-
how did they get started?
Yeah, we can't wait to find out their story. It's got to be quite fascinating. They're on their way to the studio and should be here momentarily. But we're going to find out a lot more about Danielle Cohn and her boyfriend Mikey Tua, and they are YouTube sensations. Man, they are just knocking it dead out there. So we are just fascinated by the response that they're gaining and the recognition that they're gaining for the work that they're doing. And so we're going to dive in to find out a lot more about these two.
That's right.
And so we can't wait for that. That's today's big interview for the episode 13 grand finale here in Swansonville.
Yep, coming up next.
Coming up next. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, welcome back to Swansonville. We are here with our very special guest, and we are excited, man, to be with Mikey Tua and Danielle Cohn, two internet sensations here,
That's
YouTube
right.
stars, right?
That's right, yes.
So we are fascinated by what
Thank
we've
you
seen
for
in their
joining
journey.
us.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Welcome
having
to
us.
Swansonville.
Welcome to Swansonville. Before we get into your phenomenal success on YouTube, let's find out a little bit about you guys. Like, where are you guys from?
Well, I'm originally from Orlando, Florida, but I live in Los Angeles now.
Okay.
I'm from Seattle, Washington, and I also live in LA, but I live like further out. I live by Six Flags.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, over there. So
And how did you two meet?
We met about 3 years ago.
yeah, actually, it's a funny story.
yeah.
I asked her for her Snapchat. You guys know what Snapchat
Yes.
is.
And I
Yes.
told him no.
Yeah, she actually denied me.
Yeah.
And I was actually really butthurt. And we were at one of those convention, or not convention,
It was
meetups.
like an event kind of thing.
A meet and greet
so,
almost,
yeah.
right? Yeah, it's like a meet and greet, and she actually was talking to someone at the time, and this person didn't like that I asked for her Snapchat.
Yeah.
But yeah, she denied me, and then.
But then later on, I gave you my snap. So
Yeah.
It was okay.
She told me that her phone is dead, and she's sitting there on her phone.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
So that was
Excuse,
like
but
the
it worked
first
out.
time we met.
So she said no. How long was it until she said yes?
Like a month or two.
Yeah, it was like.
When you saw her again,
Yeah,
and
I
you
saw her.
tried again, you were like, "Hey,
I was like,
you really thought she was like beautiful. You're like, I want to be friends with you on
Yeah.
Snapchat.
Yeah.
That's
So you're
cool.
still so you live a fair distance away from each other
I
currently.
live 30 minutes away.
Yeah, like
30 minutes?
And,
But
like-
most of the time we're together, so
Yeah.
it doesn't matter really.
Yeah.
We're always on trips too, so.
Yeah, well, that's pretty
Always
cool.
traveling.
Wonderful. So 3 years ago you met, and then once you guys met, pretty much became a couple because
Well-
the friendship.
Well,
Well-
we've always been really good friends, but we are just going on a year now.
Oh, okay, I'm official.
She had
Right.
a boyfriend, so I had to just be patient. And
He waited
Well, good for
a
you.
full year.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
That's impressive.
And how old are the two of you?
I'm 15.
and I'm 16.
15 and 16.
Almost 17. My birthday's coming up, so.
Almost 17. So you're driving now?
My permit actually just expired, so I have to go in and redo the written test
Yeah.
to get my permit again. Do those? You have to do like in California. You have to do like the 3 drives with the driver instructor,
Right.
and then you can go in and do the driver's test. So I have to do all of that again.
Oh, wow. You guys, do you go to high school?
Well, I do online school, so does he.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
both
so
do
busy
online
with
school,
what you're
yeah.
doing now.
yeah.
That's incredible.
It's like there's literally like no. I would be kicked out of regular school if I went, and I.
Yeah, same
her.
with me probably, yeah.
Yeah.
We're always somewhere doing something.
Yeah.
If
They'd be like, this is illegal, okay? You've missed too many days. Like,
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, that would be impossible for the two to coincide.
Yeah.
What do you guys do outside of we'll get to the thing that you do on YouTube, which is just a phenomenon.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you do like your hobbies? What do you do outside of that? Do you like to play games, any sports that you're involved in?
I mean, don't get me wrong, I do have hobbies, but like when I'm not with her and I'm like not filming a YouTube video or not like recently we are in the studio together, my first time recording ever. I have to be on school because I still am enrolled in school, but I have to be caught up and I have to show that I'm doing it.
Right.
For me to work like on an actual set, I need to get my work permit still.
Yeah.
So would you say that then your time spent when your work really with the YouTube video and whatnot and singing and going to the studio, that's like
The hobby
your
is
hobby
really-
because
Yeah, those
because
are
you
the
love it,
hobbies.
you're passionate about it, and you're following that kind of dream. So on your off time, it's like got to do the schoolwork.
Yeah,
That's
no,
smart.
And gotta do like the important things.
Yeah, that's
Like-
good because you don't want to miss out on that. You
Yeah.
know, it's important.
Like literally 2 days ago, I woke up at like 8 o'clock in the morning and did school till like 7
At
And
night?
Yeah.
Wow.
One
Because-
day, a lot of.
Yeah, just knock it out. Man, I'm still not caught.
You guys are
So you
handling,
try
handling a lot of
so you have
stuff.
to manage your own time. That's what the online schooling
Yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of. It's up to you to
And it-
kind of get it done.
Yeah, the only thing is his school I feel like is a lot less strict than mine because I go to the super like strict
Yeah, she
online
does.
private school and it's just horrible. Like
They
it's
can tell.
horrible.
They can
Yeah.
tell when you're cheating. Like,
Yeah.
Wow.
They're really on
I
it about.
like I don't even cheat on my test. I'll just look some things up because it's normal. Like if you
Like,
don't
if
you
you
can't
don't
be
know
in
something-
a room with the teacher, so you
Right.
have to look things up to get the answers instead of waiting for those teachers to email you back hours later.
Yes.
So I would look things up, and they would be like, "You look things up. We saw it on your tabs," and I'm like, "How do you know that?" Like it's so weird.
It's advanced.
They're just super strict, and
Yeah.
his school is the
It's-
total opposite. They're super chill, and mine's just like
Yeah.
on my
I like
case
my
constantly.
Where do you guys like to eat food at?
Go ahead. You can go first.
Where do we though? Honestly,
Okay, so
oh
my
Canes.
Cane's
Raising
chicken.
Oh,
Cane's.
yeah.
Raising
Cane's
Cane's.
is delicious.
We
It's
just
so
had
good.
what is the
So
place that
good.
we just had like this burger place?
Bakers.
Baker's.
Baker's,
Oh.
In
yeah.
Riverside,
Yo,
we just tried it, and we were
tried
like,
it
"This
for the
is
first
really
time,
good."
and I was like, In-N-Out who? Like,
Yeah.
this is bomb. And like, I like Doghouse personally.
Yeah,
You guys,
I'm not
have you
really
ever had Doghouse?
a
No.
hot dog person.
No?
So. I mean, I like it at like baseball games and stuff, but it's not
Yeah.
something I eat.
They,
Right.
you know the Hawaiian buns?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, I
Yeah,
love
they use
those.
Hawaiian buns and wrap like as the bun, and then you can like put brats, the sausage and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, delicious. My
So
mouth
you
is
love
literally
food,
watering.
Mikey.
Yeah,
You like to talk about food.
food
That's
is my
awesome.
life.
Good, good.
And he loves food too. She likes the Italian beef, the Chicago.
That's right. I
What's the
love
place
pizza.
called?
I'm obsessed
Loves
with
the pizza.
and obsessed with Italian pizza.
Her family was in the
That's
pizza
shit.
business for a while when she was
Geno's.
growing up.
Geno's.
You know.
Like the beef dips.
I mean-
The
like,
beef dip.
I literally-
So
those
it's
are really
Italian
good,
beef
yeah.
I've
in Chicago, but out here they
Cravings
don't
of
really
it
have
all the
it.
time.
Yeah.
I get these weird food cravings, and Geno's.
Geno's is one of
them. Yeah.
So you guys are out on the go though, so sometimes it's just kind of whatever's nearby, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the time it's literally like a McDonald's or a Wendy's that we'll have to eat at just
Because you're on the
'cause,
fly,
yeah.
but you're like, I'm
Always
sorry.
on the go. Always in the car. Always in the car.
And while you're in the car, what kind of music you guys like to listen to?
You can go ahead.
Honestly, it's totally opposite.
Yeah.
Opposite of each
like-
other?
I have a weird.
I mean, I like the same music he likes, but at the same time, I don't. He loves kind of like the rap music
I like R&B and
and
then
all of that, and I
like.
like to listen to old music.
I also like.
Oh, yeah?
Times.
Blink 182. You know.
Okay.
Yeah,
I love Blink 182.
we do too. Yeah.
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 I love all music. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can kind of relate to all different genres.
Yeah.
Sometimes I like rap songs, sometimes I like country song, and sometimes I don't like some of the songs in that
Yeah.
genre, you know?
Yeah.
So
And we can see that from reviewing your stuff on your YouTube channel, so that you guys are moving into the music. See that you have a
Yeah.
video.
or I was gonna say,
Yeah,
did it
she-
start off with music? I was gonna say,
No,
what
definitely
did-
not for me.
It
was
didn't?
We wanted to know actually if we could get more specific. What was the one thing, right, that you guys did together that took off and you saw some numbers starting to rise?
It just happened recently, actually. It's a little weird that this gained us almost 1 million followers. But we decided to prank our parents that I was
Well,
pregnant.
and not only our parents, but our.
but our
friends.
fans too.
Oh,
as
okay.
In like it was right
So
after.
you two thought this up and you didn't tell anybody.
Yeah.
No, we didn't, and
That's
none of
exactly
our
what we
friends
did.
knew
Jesus.
either. We all invited them to a gender reveal party, everything.
We got married.
Wow.
And so we went all out for it, and we were like, okay, this prank is gonna literally be
Nobody
insane.
knew.
Like no one's gonna notice.
Like our intentions, like we're always pranking each other.
Yeah.
And so we
So
wanted.
we're like, we wanna prank
wanted
you
to
guys.
prank, like our
Family and
followers,
friends.
like our subscribers,
Mm-hmm.
our followers, our family, our friends, like. Because, like, why not?
That's great.
And it
so
just got
we
out of
did, hand. It got out of hand. It definitely did. And we did get a lot of backlash for it, just because, like, there's always going to be hate.
There's
and-
always going to be
Yeah.
negative when you're trying to put
But it
something
created
out
that
there.
buzz.
Yeah,
That
it
was
did.
the thing.
It did.
I mean,
And-
we were like going on just Twitter and like just the internet, and we were seeing our names pop up like teen pregnant, and
Wow.
Danielle, Connor, and Mikey too are
My-
pregnant. Like
my-
it was crazy.
My uncle Mario actually was listening to the radio, and I don't know what channel it was, but he sent it to me on Snapchat. It was a video recording, and it was the people on the radio being like, Danielle Cohn pregnant at 15.
and I was just
this
kind
is
of
in
like,
Huntington Beach.
oh
like,
my god.
I was like, oh my goodness gracious.
Wow.
Like,
Did you find
Because
it
it
funny
was-
though?
I
Were
mean-
you guys kind of like,
It was
yes, it
was
worked.
funny,
like,
but it was also kind of like I've never gained so many followers like at once, but it was literally we gained it because we said that we were pregnant and that we were like having a baby, and I was kind of weirded out by that too because
Right.
it's like we've done like charity things and we haven't gained
more important things to
500K
your heart.
from that, but we gain from when we say that we're having a baby.
Yeah.
So it's
Wow.
kind of, it was kind of really
that's
surprising.
mind
I was
blowing.
like, oh.
Really?
And once you saw
it's
that you
just
had that,
attracts, like the
then is that what stimulated your minds to kind of continue on with that? Like, we got
well,
something
had,
going here?
We had planned it out that we were gonna do 4 parts. Like before we even posted it, we were
like,
gonna
it was
do
gonna be a series,
like 4 videos.
and that's what we did.
And the last one was gonna be a gender reveal party. And at the gender reveal party, we were popping a balloon, and it came out with a blue piece of paper, and then the pink stuff.
Well,
'cause it
the
was a
pink
girl.
stuff, and then the
and
blue
then
piece
the
of
blue
paper.
piece of paper said, "You've been pranked."
And all my friends were like, "Oh, I knew it was a prank."
Yeah, they were like, "We know you guys too well," and we were like, "Yeah, we are not having a baby."
But meanwhile, they're like, "Oh, thank God."
Yeah.
And then some of our friends like really believed it, and then there was the ones that were like, "No, you're not." Like, and then they were like, because I had wore a hoodie, so I like, because if I was
try
saying
to
that I was 5
cover it
months
up.
pregnant, I wasn't gonna not have a stomach at all.
Right.
And so I was like trying to like Photoshop the picture, like pushing it out as much as I could, and it was a lot, but it went really big.
So you're continuing along those lines? Is that the plan, that you're going to continue with the pranking?
Well, I mean, we've done it from the
Yeah.
start. That
We've
was
always
just the
done
first one
pranks,
that like
yeah.
actually blew up, and like I've done a breakup prank.
Yeah, we do pranks all the
All the
time.
time.
It was just that one that blew up.
So when you guys film yourselves, do you guys set up your own camera? Or do you guys have people who help you?
No, I
and
mean,
who does the
our
editing?
parents will help us, and we have like editors that we're friends with. But
So it's just like an internal crew
Yeah.
of people
Yeah.
that you guys kind of said, hey, we have an idea, and then, you know, this friend of yours that was like, hey, I have a video camera, like,
Yeah.
and then I know how to edit, and then just
Yeah.
kind of team kind of put it together.
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's cool.
So she actually started YouTube like a year before me, right?
yeah, no, I had started actually like I think 6 months before you.
6 months before me, and I was in like I started to be in her videos, and I just found it like entertaining and fun to film, and so her mom actually was like, "Oh, you should make a YouTube channel." So I did, and my first video, it was a reaction video. I was reacting to her, and it went like.
You were reacting to one of her videos?
I was
so
re-
you
I was
were
reacting
doing one
to-
of those.
So she started out on the app Musically,
Which
Right.
is now TikTok, yeah.
which is now TikTok, and it was like a compilation. So it was like from when she like first started on the app
Right.
to like when she like nowadays. And I reacted to it, and it went pretty well. I got like, I think it was 2 million views on it. And
Wow.
I was like, okay, I need to keep like that. Just like motivated me
Yes.
more to keep going, and so I just kept going. And
See, that's why I call it a phenomenon, and that was my guess before we started interviewing you guys. And then when I saw you, I could see that you both have so much appeal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have so much positive energy, and you look like somebody that I would want to see. And if you were my sons or daughter, I'd be proud that you're my son and daughter. You know what I mean? It's like so you have that natural thing. I'm curious: have you been approached by anybody in the business offering you a show?
Yeah, so I've been actually offered a lot of things by a lot of reality places just to kind of make reality shows
Yeah.
of me, I guess. I've done 2 so far. I've done one for the United Kingdom, so all around there. It's a channel there. And they did
And
it.
that was when we first
Yeah,
started
that was when we
dating.
first started dating. And honestly, it kind of, I wouldn't say it was hard, but it was just kind of uncomfortable because they would show up at my house and they'd be like, okay, time to film.
Yeah.
And I would just be like in a towel, literally like getting out of the shower in the morning. And I'm like, oh, you're here. All right. And so it was just kind of weird. And
That's a bit intrusive.
Yeah.
and then I did a Netflix show too. And I don't know. I've definitely been offered it a lot. Some of them I don't take because you never really know with those kind of things.
Right.
And sometimes they can be good and sometimes they can turn
It
out
seems
bad.
to
So
me
true.
that you guys
So
can
true.
control your own destinies in such a way, especially you've got your parents involved that can look out for you, and you can sort of like pave your own way. When you're producing those kinds of numbers, you're a commodity to these people.
Yeah.
You're not at their beck and a lot of artists are trying to get things done and they'll do things that they shouldn't be doing to try to gain the notoriety. You already have that, you know what I mean? You already kind of have that star power, and I could see that on the things that I watched, bringing the brother in. And I don't know if that's your real brother or not,
Yeah.
with the date my brother thing, and your mom's in, and I love the pranks, and your mom's good in there, you know what I mean? It's like,
I know what is
it's like kind of like the Kardashians, but you know what I mean? It's like you guys are creating something that is self-contained that you can control, using your know-how and your parents and building a good team around you. and now so you're getting into the music, right? So
Yeah.
that's new for both. You said it was brand new for you. It's not so
It's
new for you.
Literally, like we were on our way to the studio, and it was her and her mom were like, "Mikey, you should be on the song." And I was like, I've always been interested in like being in a studio and like hearing my voice and stuff. The first time I heard it, I was like, eh.
But the first time you did it was with her. She encouraged you to?
She
That's
yeah,
same with
she
us.
encouraged me, and I mean, it was so much fun, and like especially like when you're working with the right people, like that make it fun, and it's not like it's a job.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's so important.
And it's not like
Yeah.
scary. It's more fun and
Yeah.
and it can be something that you're passionate about. That
That's why it's
maybe you
better
didn't
when it's
know
your
you
own
had
team.
inside of you, you
No,
know?
yeah, that's exactly how I feel. It's like I didn't know that I had the capability. Like when I first heard myself, I was like, am I tone deaf? Like
It's hard to get used to listening
Yeah.
to yourself and to feel comfortable and confident too. And I was gonna ask you, did you start singing in Orlando, or did you? And that's why you brought you to Los Angeles, was just saying, hey, you know, like I want to be a singer, actress. or-
Everyone always thinks that because I mean I have songs out, but it wasn't at all like
It wasn't-
what I was trying to do. But it kind of just ended up happening. But now I do
So you
it.
work in a studio out here that you go to. and-
Yeah, I do now. But when I first started, it was kind of just. I wasn't doing it as anything like I thought I was moving here. I was just doing it because all my friends were on it. It was
Yeah.
literally just lip singing videos, and then people started reaching out to me like, "You should make a song," all this stuff, and my mom was like, "Oh, why don't you try it?" And I was like, "Okay."
So your
Oh,
song
I
is
did
called
it.
No Way, right?
Yeah, my new one.
Your
yeah.
new one's called No Way, and you've got 1.7 million views on it. It's just it's insane, right? So I mean, that's like big stars are looking for that to come out when they release their singles. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that song, how did you come about with that song? Are you a writer or somebody writing with you?
A lot of my songs that I've done, I have wrote myself, but that one actually someone wrote for me. They wanted it to be kind of a rap song, like at the haters and stuff, and that's what they wrote. And I just listened to it and I liked it, so I recorded it and then.
That's good. The video is very good too.
thank
Was that the Salton Sea that you were at?
Yes.
Because
Oh
we
my
shot
God,
a video
just
there.
Did a video
Is
there.
it not
It
crazy?
is
It is the
amazing.
craziest thing
It
ever.
is
Besides the
crazy.
smell a little bit when we were dancing around, but
On the dead fish bones,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
But it was
so
it was
experience
we were singing a
was-
song called "Don't You Forget" about a forgotten place. It wasn't about that place, but we're at this forgotten
Yeah.
place singing a song called
we
"Don't
just
You Forget," and it was
accidentally
just
stumbled upon that
the,
place.
the eeriest feeling.
The only thing, the most weird part I thought
Weirdest thing
was
happened.
the weirdest thing did happen, but I had the best connection I have ever had in the middle of nowhere at that place. And it's like this little abandoned town in the middle of nowhere. And I was
Yeah.
like, why do I have 5 bars here? Like, I don't see any, like, of those, like, what are they called?
Oh,
The-
cell
Towers?
phones. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh,
I'm
they
like-
have some type
Wow.
of signal there. Yeah.
I'm like, well, that's so weird. And
Yeah.
it was just a lot. We were trying to film my music video, and there was stuff happening. It was really
There's very
crazy.
strange energy
Yeah.
there. Very
Whoa.
strange.
It's very weird there.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. It was
I was infatuated. I started watching things on YouTube related to the Salton Sea. People that are still hopeful that it's coming back. I mean, all kinds of stories. I was just like, I was addicted to it for
Yeah.
10
Whole
hours in a
drive
row.
home, he
Well,
watched
we-
all the background on the Salt
That's
Sea.
cool.
We had like pulled up to one of the abandoned houses, like kind of off the water, and all these cars had pulled up, and we were like, oh, I must be like a lot of tourists come here. And when we were there, we noticed that those people drove back and went into houses.
Yeah.
Oh, they lived
So
there.
it was kind of weird. We were like, why are all these people that live here coming and like watching us to see what we're doing?
Yeah.
So it's just weird there. Like
It's a
it's
strange,
very
strange
different.
feeling.
Yeah, I don't know how to explain it.
So we ended up there by accident. We were shooting a
Makes
video.
for a great video. doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it does.
Yeah, it really did.
Makes like a cool backdrop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so-
Actually, the door. Did you guys see the door?
No.
Where? What do you mean?
There was like a door. You know, like the Munster Ink doors.
Oh, okay.
It was just like that. And
Just
it was
a door by itself. Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's actually where like one of the parts was in the music video.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, this is so weird that there's just a door in the middle of the sea.
Right. That place is so big, we didn't get to
We didn't get
experience
over
like the
there.
whole thing because we did drive through that one like neighborhood. There are people living there.
Yeah, that's where we
No,
did it.
like-
If you went in the
Yeah.
actual neighborhood, that's
went
where
To
through
it
think
all
that
is.
anybody's living there it just gives you a
crazy.
creepy feeling.
Because
Well,
there's
there's
just
there's
that one bar and that's it. There's just a bar and then it's all these abandoned
And you have
houses.
to drive like far away to get food or anything.
We
Yeah.
went somewhere and on the door or when we were when we were coming in there was a sign
Yeah,
that
and
says
it was like,
be careful or something.
be careful, like these people are dangerous, all this stuff. And already from the start we were just creeped out
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it was like there's these people walking around, there's these like little dogs and big dogs running around barking at us.
They
Yeah.
have,
Yeah,
it's
I saw.
actually, it is one of, if not the only, right, lawless city in the United States of America. Slab City, where you guys were over there shooting
Yeah.
those videos.
Yeah, so that's
A homeless population has moved in there and taken over that, and like they live there like permanent. You know what I mean? And it's just crazy. There's
Yeah.
if anything goes on there, a cop's not going to
aren't coming
respond
out,
to
yeah.
it.
Yeah, well, I
It was just-
also
it's just nutty.
I had seen a sign that said "Drive carefully" because cops don't go in this area.
Yes.
Yeah.
They
A
only
helicopter just
helicopters will fly
Yeah,
over
they
once
allow
in a while.
them to just
yeah.
rule themselves.
Yeah, it's basically like a no law
Lawless,
town.
it's a lawless
Like-
town. Yeah. So you guys, you travel around a lot to these various places for your show, right? So that gives you a lot of. You just got back
Yeah.
from the Queen Mary.
Yeah.
Was that for
Yeah,
your show?
what are you guys doing there?
We were up all night. Actually,
For the
well,
ghosts?
I was, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you guys were filming?
We stayed in
Yeah.
B340, which is the most haunted room.
And the
Okay.
whole thing, right?
And
It was creepy. As
Yeah, we have a video coming
We have a
out.
video coming out, and
And I've never been more like I couldn't even like on the ride here. I was so tired and I couldn't even fall asleep because every time I fell asleep, I was like thinking of it, and I was like, oh my god, okay.
yeah.
So you guys experienced something then?
I mean, have you guys ever been?
We haven't stayed. We've been.
We've
to
been
Queen
there a couple
Mary,
times.
And we
Yeah.
know
I mean,
about
like just
the money.
walking
We walked
onto
Yeah.
down
that
it.
boat, it's
Beautiful.
just like
Yeah,
I
it is
love
a
it.
really pretty
makes you
ship though.
feel like
Yeah.
something's like watching you. Like I don't know, it
Well,
gave me a weird.
it
vibe
was
as
just
soon as
that-
I
It's
walked
got
on the
a
boat.
A
very
tour
strange vibe.
guide, because the tour guides come outside of the B340 room, and our door happened to be open because we had just walked out to go get something, and we were walking right back in, and we go in, and there's a whole tour in our room with our parents, and we're just like, okay, who are all these people? And like not in a rude way, but just like, where did all these people come from?
Yeah.
And then there's just a guy in a tux, and then I guess the people on the tour had known who we were actually.
Oh, okay.
And so the tour guide was like, oh, if you guys want to come on the tour with us, just come along. And he takes us down to the bottom
Like
of the
the
ship because
creepiest parts.
it's like the ending of the tour. So we get the creepiest parts of the tour, and it's like the last tour of the night, the creepy one. And he's like, yeah, just come on. Like,
With your cameras? Did you?
No.
we didn't bring our cameras because we were just like, oh, free tour, all right.
And we just walked out like.
He's telling us all these things. He's like, yeah, thousands of people died down here. And right before we're going to sleep, this is like late at night. And we're just like, okay, we're getting told this before we go to sleep. So we were already creeped out when we were going to sleep. And then things started happening and it just made it way worse. And
Yeah. So our tour guide, he actually said like, if you take a picture three times, if there's like a spirit there, it'll be like a small white ball, and
but it won't show up in the other two, just one.
Yeah.
it'll
Because if
just
it
show
shows up in all of them, it's dust.
Right.
And,
okay.
and so I was the only one. I actually have the picture on my phone. I was the only one who got like one of them, and it was the second picture that I took, and then the one before and the one after, it was gone.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
like just.
Did you guys
Yeah.
bring any ghost gear
No.
or anything? So you guys were
didn't.
just rolling, just you guys talking about your experience
Yeah.
in the haunted room.
Yeah, we like
Sunday.
recorded us sleeping.
No,
It
yeah.
No
was-
pranks, no prank.
No
Oh,
pranks.
okay.
It was just kind
It was
of
just us.
to see if it was really haunted.
They
But
like have you in the room, then you come out.
Yeah.
It would have been a great time for one of you to prank the other. You know.
Yeah.
As soon as they
I
fell
mean,
asleep.
Yeah, I know, right?
We would there's like hallways and then the
oh my
door,
god, they are so creepy.
and I my parents were walking like past, and like I like ran ahead of them and I went in one of the doorways, and then I waited till I heard them and I jumped out and just scared the crap out of all of them. Her brother actually almost like hit me, like he like went
It's so bad.
and like then he saw me and it was like, Oh my gosh.
How did you guys decide to go to the Queen Mary? Is that something like did you plan that for an episode? That was going to be an
yeah, we
episode.
Well, yeah,
Planned it, yeah.
we planned.
I've always been obsessed with the Queen Mary. Like, I read a lot of books about it when I was super young. And the first time I came to California, like, as a trip, not as any, like, work or anything, we came to it, and I did, like, every tour you could do. So now you can't go in, like, the pool room and all of that.
Yeah.
So I knew everything about it, and I was, like, telling Mikey about it and all that kind of stuff. And then when I was asking the guy about it, he was like, yeah, we had closed it. So we didn't get to do, like, everything we wanted to do in the video, but we still got to do a lot of it. So
Yeah.
Right.
it was good.
So do you just think of like cool things and places that interest you in
Yeah.
Southern California, or do you kind of look at the United States as a whole and
Just
think
the
of
United
like,
Yeah,
States
just
is
the
a-
United
like, hey, you know what, this thing in Seattle, or
Yeah.
you know, this thing over here.
We have an idea for the summer that we might do, but we aren't 100% sure yet.
So you guys plan all your stuff. You guys just brainstorm together, or sometimes individually.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
and our
Most of the
parents
time, our
also
parents
have,
are
like,
the ones.
They're the
that-
ones with the
they're the
great
ones-
ideas.
They're the ones doing like the
That's
research.
good that you
and-
guys
Right.
give them credit. So.
Yeah, so
That's good. You guys seem very down to earth and everything, and like just nice, normal people.
So the
that's-
singing things. I want to get back to that. Now you just started singing in the studio, and you're just hearing yourself
Rapping.
for the first time rapping. And who's writing that material?
my dad actually, he likes
Cool.
to write.
You got a good
also
team of
really-
people
He's also
surrounding you.
really nice with it.
She sparked an interest in something that you like that maybe you would have never tried if
Yeah.
she
I
wasn't
mean,
like, hey, you know it, or her mom saying,
Yeah.
Was it one of her songs that you were gonna rap on? Is that where it
Yeah,
started?
that's
Yeah.
what we're doing. We did
We're
a
doing
song.
that right
So you
now.
did the reaction video to her video, and that's what got your numbers going crazy. The way that you reacted to her video.
Well, when I first started dating her, I had 30K, right?
I think so.
30K on
So you had
Instagram.
That's a big number.
Yeah.
That was
Well,
huge.
and then like
Kind of just skyrocketed.
like it just shot up when she told like her following that.
Well,
Yeah.
I didn't really tell people. Like, kind of just he asked me out at his birthday party
She
that
threw
I
a-
threw for
she threw
him
me a surprise
because
birthday
we were still like best
Friends.
friends.
Yeah.
And I didn't know he was asking me out.
And I didn't know she was throwing me a surprise party the
So-
same day. So
And it was kind of funny because I remember our parents like saying something. My mom was like, I was like, oh, I think I'm gonna do it on this day, and she's like, no, you have to do it on that day. And I was like, why? So I kind of had like a feeling something was gonna happen, but I know it was him asking me out.
Ah.
So
So-
we both planned something on the same day.
You guys are doing. So are you going to do a whole album together? Or you're trying to do a song together to start.
It depends on how good it does.
You're going to do a single and then release that. We're going to do a video with it
Yeah.
too.
yeah, but
That's pretty cool.
well, also like her mom and her did really encourage me to do music, but growing up, my dad always like was writing. Like he had a notebook and like a pen, and he would always be like just sitting on the couch writing, listening to a beat that like
Right.
one of the, like someone sent him or gave him. And right next to one of my auntie's house, this guy, he had a studio, and he would go in and he would record, and then he would show me in the car, and I'd be like, yo, Dad, that's cool.
Yeah.
So like my dad kind of did influence me a lot with like music, like the culture in general.
Yeah.
And like I wouldn't know, like if I didn't have my dad, I wouldn't know who Nas is or who like Wu-Tang is or
Right.
any
Right.
of those people. Like he did influence me a lot in like those categories of music.
The
With the
good
numbers you
old
guys
school
have.
rap. That's what
Yeah.
you're saying. Basically, he showed you the good stuff.
Yeah.
That's good. Good job, Dad.
I was going to say with those numbers, you know, I mean, you're just your brand is just going to continue to grow, you know, and you're good, you know. And I
Yeah.
haven't heard you yet, but if you guys continue to put a good product out there, wow, man. I mean,
I know,
it's
and-
just
and-
unlimited to how successful you can be in the industry and music and whatever you choose to do. In acting, I mean, you pretty much have everything self-contained, and I find that fascinating.
It's cool. Do
You
you
know?
feel like some pressure though? Like, wow, you know, all these people are watching, and now you're kind of a role model. So do you
Yeah.
feel that pressure? And do you feel like, okay, I kind of want to watch the content that I'm putting out there because you don't want to send the wrong message and one little thing that could come off the wrong way or whatnot.
Yeah.
So do you feel like pressure, like?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I mean, you
definitely.
you definitely always have to watch what you're saying and how you say
Yeah,
it.
and it's the same thing with like what you guys were saying, the reality shows, because you don't want to just put your whole life out there. You still
Right.
want to have some privacy.
Yes, you don't want to get caught off guard. We all do and
everything
say
you
things
do
at
is
inappropriate
on
times.
social
We don't want
media,
to. We don't want on camera and blast it
Yeah.
off to the world. You know. Yeah.
Right.
I
So
agree
you
with
guys
that.
have to really like design your app, whatever videos you're gonna put out there because with that control, then you can keep what you want private. And then I like the idea of just the whole prank thing. It's not anything new. I mean, obviously people have done the whole prank thing, but to put your own spin on it and then you're designing your own stories and then, but you're not scripting it, are you?
No,
No,
you just kind
it's
of
just
record
You're
it.
rolling with an improv. So you're also
Yeah.
improvising,
Yeah.
which is a talent.
Yeah, you guys are just very versatilely talented.
When you're thinking of like, okay, we're gonna do this as the video, but you're not saying like, I'm gonna say this and you're gonna say that. No, you're just saying, roll it, and then you're just kind
go
of
with the flow,
acting,
kind
but
of.
you're doing what you would do in real life, kind of.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's
So
cool.
do you have? So how far in advance do you have any plan? Is it just one thing and then you finish that and then it's on to the next?
Yeah, it's kind of like that. I mean, sometimes we'll get a couple ideas.
I mean,
and
right
then-
now we do have a lot.
Yeah,
of
we do have a
ideas.
lot right now,
Like,
but
I don't
just
know.
because our parents wanted to become super organized, so they have been putting like whiteboards all over my house and writing down every idea they have. So we just have like list and list of ideas right now that we're
Yeah.
trying to figure out which one to do.
Yeah.
And how do you figure it out? Just between you and your parents, kind of round robin it and see.
Yeah, and just kind of, we kind of look on YouTube to see what people are interested in at the time, like if they're interested in. That's kind of why we did the Queen Mary, because we've seen a lot of people doing like the paranormal, like activity
Yes.
stuff. So
Right.
we were like, oh, if people are interested in that, then we're gonna do that. So we kind of like see what people are interested
great
in, and
idea.
then we do that.
But like,
Right.
what-
So you see what's trending on
Yeah.
YouTube or on Twitter, and then you kind of attack that. That's
Yeah.
smart.
yeah.
That's actually why we're doing the podcast. We met somebody in the industry who we like quite a bit, and he likes us. And he said, you guys need to diversify,
And not just be
and not just be
musicians, right.
musicians. So get involved in this podcast and start growing that, and so that you've got
Yeah,
a whole bunch of different
definitely.
avenues to express yourself.
I mean, I was just at the orthodontist yesterday, and I was like, yo, you guys need to like make a YouTube channel and like film like you putting braces on someone. I don't,
Yeah.
I
Like
don't
that would help you. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, no.
No, but that
But
would
it
see
does, it's
people would
true.
find that
but
interesting.
yeah,
though. Yeah.
like, I mean,
yeah, I've
So
always
your
wanted
mind's
to like
always
watch a
thinking
video
like
of
that.
putting on
Yeah.
braces.
Yeah, that would be a very interesting topic.
Yeah.
So then, are your parents with you full time now with this thing?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
My dad actually just moved out here. He stayed in Washington with his job for 3 years now, 4 years. My brother and my mom moved down here a year before me, and then I moved out here, and then 2 years later, my dad moved out here.
Very cool.
So yeah,
So now you guys are all together.
yeah, we're all
Good.
together. And
Good. So does your brother do any other videos? Because
my brother,
yeah.
um,
Because I'm sure that they see you having all the fun. They want to have a little fun too, right?
yeah, I think he did one other video. I forget which one.
He's kind of more into acting, I would
Yeah,
say.
he
He's
definitely.
seeking that.
Yeah,
route.
I mean,
Social media is kind of not really his thing, I would say. It's more of Mikey's thing.
yeah, and he.
You like the reality and the improv style, and he's
Yeah, but-
more of like, I want to go to auditions and be on a show, and
Yeah.
that's cool. Good for him. And do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I have a brother. He's kind of trying to do music. He's
Younger brother?
No,
he's
older.
Older?
yeah.
Okay.
He's trying to do music, but he wants to do music, but at the same time, he doesn't want to be like big on social media, but he wants to be at the same time. He doesn't really know what he wants to do, but he just goes to school, so, and he's a
Regular
football
school.
player, so,
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
yeah.
Yeah, you can't avoid the social media if you're trying to do anything in music.
I
You
know.
know, and entertainment.
And
hand in
especially because like I'm like his sister, so all of my fans go to him, and they always are on his page. So it's kind of like he wants to build his own audience instead of having my followers.
Right.
And that's kind of hard because all of his followers
Right.
kind
is
of
hard.
are all
Yeah.
like mine, like because oh my gosh, that's your brother, like hello.
Yeah.
So,
And speaking of which, where can our audience find you guys on social media?
All my handles are at Mikey Tua. Yeah. Mikey
MIKEYTUA.
Tua.
yeah. And all of mine are just Danielle Cohn. So
Danielle Cohn. And so, do you have anything in particular you'd like to let your audience know, or leave them with a little teaser? Let them know what's happening in the future.
just that things are coming soon.
Yeah, guys, we're grinding. Things are coming soon.
They got a lot of things coming soon, and they're very tired from their ghost hunting last night.
Yo, I'm telling you, like it was so crazy.
It had to be
And
intense.
you guys.
I don't know if you guys
Okay,
catched
yeah,
it, but I've been
We'll
like
have to go
yawning.
back. Yeah, we'll have to go back and
Yeah.
Stay at B340.
Okay.
B340.
And actually, my mom and my dad and her mom stayed in the second most haunted room.
And we just
And
found that out
the
today.
person in there was.
Well, my brother was watching a YouTube video, and it comes up as the most haunted rooms in the Queen Mary, and of course B340 is first one, and then it says, okay, B747, and we're like, oh, isn't that where your parents
474.
474, whatever it was, and it's like, yeah, a husband strangled his wife in there,
And his two kids,
and his two kids, and then shot himself,
Whoa.
and we're like,
I'm like,
all this happened in the room that you guys are staying in. Like that's worse than
Did
our
they
room.
experience anything?
no, they said that they were
It was fine.
I
They were
mean,
like, we slept beautifully.
we were tired, man. We
They're
were
exhausted.
tired.
And then like we're in here at like 1 a.m. in the morning, like waking
Like-
up to like lights turning on and off, and we're like, what the?
Yo, did you
There's
hear
like
that?
bloody handprints all over the walls, literally.
No.
Like it's not even a lie.
Yeah.
Like people are gonna
And
think
there
that
was-
we were like faking the bloody handprints on the wall, but it was like those
was
were actually there when we
literally-
walked in the room, and
That's
we were
crazy.
like,
And then there was an Ouija board when we walked in.
yeah, and there's like
Uh,
crystal balls all over the
And
room
like,
to like
what are they called?
protect you.
The cards stand.
Tarot card? The
Tarot
tarot,
cards,
yeah.
yeah.
And then we go in the bathroom, and it's a saying on the wall like, turn off the light, light the candle, say Bloody Mary 3
Oh,
times.
yeah.
And then
Look
we
in the
call
mirror, say
I'm
Bloody
gonna
Mary.
have to
because we wanted to do it for
Well,
the
we
video.
wanted to do it for the
and we
video.
call and we're like, where's the candle? And they're like, yeah, so the last person in the room broke it because they actually experienced too much, so they threw it and it broke. Or something
Yeah,
like that.
Like they said that they just
Should we
destroyed
just
it.
do it without it and just turn off the lights and say Bloody Mary?
Well, yeah. So you had to turn on the
She's
faucet.
like, you have to wait and see.
And then
Yeah.
but
But we didn't turn on the faucet. We didn't do it all. We just did the
But,
Bloody Mary
yeah.
part.
And then you got too scared. Sometimes I think when your energy, when you're like knowing or you're expecting, it can make you like
Yeah.
more scared than, well, that's the exciting part in it, I think.
Yeah.
Can't wait to watch what you guys come up with. So you
Yeah,
guys have
I
to
mean-
go edit it then, right?
Yeah.
yeah, it has to be edited. And when will it be out? Next Friday.
Next Friday, yeah.
Next Friday.
Probably around then.
So look for next Friday. These two wonderfully talented people, Mikey Tua, Danielle Cohn, on their YouTube channel. Their visit to the Queen Mary, and Danielle Cohn also has, I would call it a hit single on YouTube. She got 1.7 million views on her song "No Way," right? Out.
Yeah.
Okay, and we're looking forward to your single "Together" that you're currently working on.
Yeah. Mikey, up and coming rapper.
And that's right, and the video that you're going to put forth with that, we can't wait to see that. And we just want to thank you guys so much for stopping by and visiting us in
Thank you for
Swansonville.
having us.
Thank
God
Take
bless
our
you
time.
guys.
It was really
so
nice
much.
talking
We wish you
with
the very
meeting
best in
with
all your
you.
successes.
Meeting you.
Congratulations.
And
on
man,
all success.
I know you guys are just going to continue to go through the roof. We love your personalities and all the things you've done. Can't wait to see what you do next.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Mikey
you
Tua,
guys.
Danielle Cohn here in Swansonville. Thank you all for listening. Peace out.
Bye.
Well, welcome back to Swansonville. That was a great interview with Danielle Cohn and Mikey Tua.
Yes. Thank you
And,
so much for
thank
joining
you guys
us.
for stopping by Swansonville and sharing such informative information. That was great. And don't forget to check out their show and all the information that they left behind. Now, real quickly, I wanted to say that I missed my pedicure, my pedi and my mani. Guys, what do you think about that? Anyways, about a guy getting a pedi and a mani.
I am all for it. Guys should do it too. There's nothing wrong with keeping it nice and trimmed in.
So I knew we were doing this interview, and I thought, well, I'm gonna clip my nails, you know. So then I clip them, and they look like that. You know what I mean? And is that what all guys do?
So you need a file.
I need to do something about that. I just want, you know, it's important for me that my nails look nice. You know, my fingers look nice.
Then you should keep your appointments. Come with me next time.
So we have the song. You know, every show we play a little music, right?
At the end, close out, and we have a special song today. Why is it special?
It's special because we're going to be re-releasing Country This. We've had it remastered at Bernie Grundman.
Yep.
And it sounds phenomenal. And because we have started our own label, and so this is going to be our first go at releasing an album under our own label, and we added a bonus track called "Find Your Things," right?
That's right.
Which is a very interesting song, a very fun song, that was inspired by Ellen Kay, who happens to be the #1 radio personality in Los Angeles.
Right.
Drive Time Morning.
She is on Coast 103.5, and she is wonderful. She is really good, and she does that morning drive, 5 a.m. to 10 or whatnot, and she's one of the biggest, most well-known and respected, as she deserves it.
And so we had met Ellen and begun a relationship with her and her husband Roy, who was suggested that we do this podcast. That's why we're in the podcast business
That's
now.
right. So thanks for the great idea.
Thank you, Roy.
And I was going to say is that she reached out to you and was basically had the idea for a topic, right?
For a topic, for a song. Now, we had already done a jingle for her morning, what is it called? The
Feel Good.
Feel Good Thought of the Day. Because
Coast is a feel-good station.
Coast is a feel-good station. And so we did a cool little jingle, and we went in there, we talked to Ellen about it, and that was a lot of fun and stuff. But so then she had emailed us about this particular situation with her husband losing his things, and they thought that would make a great country song. And she thought about the Swansons. Well, we wrote a song for her.
That's right.
Not for her. We wrote for the situation based on her idea that ended up becoming a song that we're going to put on our album.
That's right.
Country
and
This.
We're going to play a short clip for you right now. Just a little acoustic version.
Let's see.
Yeah, I was going to say, not that slow.
When I can't seem to find something I need, I can rely on you to uncover a clue to the mystery.
Oh, lucky me. Well, what can I help you find? Sometimes I think you lost your mind. Show that whatever it is can't be too far away.
Hey, have you seen whatever I might have lost, but I don't remember? What I was looking for could be my phone or my keys. Help me, please.
Oh, how it always brings me pleasure to figure out where to find whatever you need. You can count on me to help you find your things.
And that's the little snippet, sneak peek.
I wanted to keep going.
Yeah, just a little sneak peek, and we don't want to put it all out there quite yet.
We can't wait to have you guys all check that out and listen to the real full version of that song when we have it out.
That's right. So
Called
we've got
Find Your Things.
We'll Find Your Things. We got plenty of great things planned for season 2 of Welcome to Swansonville. Thank you guys all from the bottom of our hearts for tuning in to season 1. If you haven't had an opportunity to watch it, binge watch it, catch up on it, right? We're going into season 2. We had a lot of great guests Seasons 1 through 13, we interview somebody on every program.
That's right.
Including Jim Riley of Rascal Flats, a wonderful mixing master guy who worked with Bob Seger, Mark Frigo, and the list goes on.
Bill Watson,
Our producer
trainer
Bill Watson,
Byron Marks.
Trainer Byron Marks. You guys got to check these things out. But we're looking forward to next season, which will be starting, well, right away. So we'll be welcoming you back to Swansonville on our very next episode, episode 1 of season 2. I love you, Angie Finley.
I love you too. Thank you guys. We love you guys.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Let's play this out, Angie. See y'all next time. We are the Swansons. Peace. God bless.